Hey there, this is Dan from Man's Family Forge, and today we are going to be building an anvil stand for this anvil of mine. This anvil was found by some friends of mine while they were antiquing. They sent me some pictures of it and asked if I was interested in it, and the cost was only $150. There's only one little sign on the anvil, and that's that number 2 on the front of it. It's the only marking on it. I know it's rough, but for $150, the cost of anvils nowadays, I figured there was no way I was going to lose money. I was able to identify this anvil with the help of some friends from iForgeIron.com, and it turns out that this is an old Fisher Norris Anvil from around 1840 or 1850. So I know there's flaws in it, I know there's cracks, and I know it's got issues, but to me, with the age of this anvil, those things just add to its character. So today we are going to be building a stand for this baby, so let's get rocking. One thing that helped me out with this project was that a friend of mine who works in construction was able to find a couple of I-beams. He gave me 2 pieces that were 30 inches long. Now I knew that I wanted my anvil stand to be 18 inches high because my anvil is 11 inches thick. Now the way to measure how high an anvil should be off the ground is to stand with your feet shoulder width apart, let your hands hang down and make a fist. Where your knuckles are, from that distance from that point to the ground, is how high your anvil should be. For me, that's 29 inches. My anvil is 11 inches thick, so I knew I needed an 18-inch piece, or 2 18-inch pieces actually. So that left me with 2 12-inch pieces left over. So I was going to use those 2 12-inch pieces to make the base of the anvil stand. So here we have the pieces all mocked up after they've been cut. That one piece on the ground is actually going to be lifted so that the I-beams stand upright. There's a 1/4-inch piece of plate that I had, and I actually thought it would make a great top for the anvil. It fit, but I decided that 1/4-inch piece was not thick enough. So this was the only piece that I actually ended up buying, was this bigger piece on the right. It's another 1/4-inch piece, a little thicker, a little wider and longer rather. So 2 1/4-inch pieces together will actually equal a half, and I feel better about a 1/2-inch plate. And so what I'm going to do is weld those 2 pieces together and just get rid of the mill scale and put them together, weld them together. 1/2-inch piece of plate should work really well. So I'm not going to show you all the other welding of the pieces together. This is just the welding of the top plate. But I welded everything together as I showed in the mock-up. I won't show all of the welding. And here it is welded together with the top on it and all the pieces together. There it is on the floor, and here it is with the anvil sitting on top of it. So that's what it looks like. Fisher Norris Anvils had this patented process by taking tool steel and forge welding it to the rest of the base, is just cast iron. And this had a side effect that when you tap on this anvil, it's actually quite quiet. I'll do a little demonstration really quickly. Grab a hammer from over here. So most anvils have a ring to them. That anvil's pretty quiet. I've got it well secured. But this has got a thud. They call it a city anvil because you could use it in the city without bothering your neighbors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take pieces of square stock, 1/2-inch square stock, and I'm going to use that to make a bracket to go all the way around the top of the anvil, or anvil stand. It will encase the anvil and kind of hold it in place. So first I'm going to cut the pieces to length. Then I'm going to just prepare them for welding on top of the anvil. This should hold it in place just fine. I also had the 1/2-inch stock lying around, so for me, again, it wasn't an investment in money or anything like that. And I think that's awesome part about blacksmithing, is actually working with what you have and repurposing things and using tools from the 1840s or 1850s. So here's the square stock. I am welding it. I left a little gap in the front so you could see that number 2 or that cursive D, not sure which one it is. It's not the only marking on the front of the anvil. I showed it before. And I decided to paint it with some Rust-Oleum, like a hammered look, like a silver gray hammered look. This is the stand with all of those pieces actually welded together. So before I painted it, I actually went and I used this. This is the material you use to hold rugs in place. And I found that if you put it underneath an anvil, it actually works. It's excellent at muffling sound. It's excellent at holding your anvil in place. It's a great product. It's just the stuff that goes underneath rugs. I'm sorry, the name of it exactly escapes me. So I'm tracing the anvil shape out on it, and I'm just going to cut it out, and it'll fit underneath the anvil on the stand just about perfectly. And I've got this stuff on my other anvil, and what a difference it made when I put the stuff underneath the anvil, as well as I put it underneath the stand, which I will also do to this anvil. Once I figure out where I want it, I'll put that stuff underneath the stand. So here I am painting it with some Rust-Oleum, just going all the way around, trying to hit every single spot. Perfection was not the goal for me here. That's why I didn't like sand or grind off all the rust. I've got so many other projects I want to get back to. So I just wanted it to look good enough. So spray painting with this stuff works great. Protects it a little bit, not that it needs it, but I thought it gave it a great look. And hey, the stuff was on sale at value for like $2 a can. So couldn't go wrong with that Rust-Oleum product. So what I'm going to do next after I finish painting is I'm just going to add the decal that I have for my company slash for the forge, the Man's Family Forge. Made a logo, and so here it is on vinyl. And if you've worked with vinyl stickers before, you know how it goes. You have to cut it out and peel off the backing and stick it in place, and then you got to kind of press on all the vinyl and make sure it sticks. So that's kind of what I'm doing right here, just pressing it into place, making sure that it stays in place. So that's what it looks like when it's done, and I think it turned out really well. I'm excited to use the anvil as much as I can, and yeah, job finished in the books. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe.